One of these so-called whistleblowers, FBI whistleblowers who spoke to Republican Representative Jim Jordan in the FBI weaponization probe had actually been suspended. And now we know the reason why. Turns out he had been leaking classified information to a right-wing group. NBC News reported that on Thursday that Garret O'Boyle, a FBI special agent, the GOP billed as a whistleblower, was previously suspended for leaking classified information to right-wing group Project Veritas. Ryan Nobles for NBC News reports lawmakers learned about the reason for O'Boyle's suspension, which was previously unreported. In testimony that Jennifer Moore, Executive Assistant Director of the FBI for Human Resources, provided to the House Judiciary Committee's Select Subcommittee on the weaponization of the federal government. So, again, that's Jim Jordan's nonsense committee. Portions of her testimony are included in a letter that top Democrats on the Judiciary and Weaponization panels wrote to Merrick Garland, alleging that O'Boyle had lied to the committee about leaking information prior to his suspension. NBC News reports that House Democrats are now accusing O'Boyle of lying to the committee and are referring the matter to Merrick Garland. So this guy gets suspended and tells Congress, the FBI, they suspended me. Because I'm a whistleblower, because I actually I'm proof that the FBI is being weaponized against conservatives. Look at all this weaponization going on. I'm an example of it. And then it turns out, no, you got suspended for leaking information to a right-wing group. You're going to be suspended if that happens. and by the way, you're also going to be suspended and getting maybe some greater trouble for lying about it. Let me give you an excerpt from a transcript of his interview with the FBI. I'm sorry, not the FBI, with the Weaponization Committee staff. They ask, did you speak to the media? Not prior to being suspended? No. Okay, so your testimony is that you never spoke to the media, that it was entirely false. What was in the suspension notice that you were handed? He answered, correct. So now wait. As I just mentioned, prior to being suspended, he was leaking information. And the fact that they found him is the reason why he was suspended, not the fact that the FBI was being weaponized against him. The Bureau's investigation revealed that O'Boyle had also removed sensitive information from FBI computers and provided it to Project Veritas without any authorization. Some of that information shared with the right-wing site was part of an active criminal investigation. Yep, you might be in a little bit of trouble. So now they're asking the DOJ to look and examine if O'Boyle had lied to Congress and perjured himself, which again are crimes. Why do they keep criming all the time? I don't understand. It must be the culture. What about the fathers? No, this is going really well for the right wing. That weaponization committee really seems to be finding a lot of weaponization that the right wing is doing. Weird. Now, two other whistleblowers brought in to discuss the FBI misconduct last month. And by the way, the FBI had admitted to misconduct and had punished those appropriately, by the way. And I'm not somebody who sticks up for the FBI, who has been, again, weaponized historically against the left and never against the right wing. So let's be clear about that. There has been weaponization. There has been a deep state. That deep state has always been directed against the left, against socialists, against people who are communists, against leftists, against students, never against the right wing, because it's usually the right wing that are running these law enforcement agencies. So let's be very, very clear about this, okay? That's where the weaponization is. Not against the right wing, not against Trump, not against anyone else. These FBI agents, for example. Okay. Now, there's two other whistleblowers brought in to discuss this last month were Stephen Friend and Marcus Allen. So it turns out they had their security clearance revoked for a series of things. For example, promoting right-wing conspiracy theories about the January 6th Capitol riot. So, wait, okay, so you're part of the government, and then you're promoting conspiracy theories in favor of, the right wing, whether it be, coming up with the idea that it wasn't the right, excuse me, it wasn't the right, it was Antifa. It wasn't Trump supporters, it was the left. Why would they protest against Biden's inauguration and prevent him from getting into power? That doesn't make any sense whatsoever. But again, you don't have to have any sort of evidence here. There's more. In a separate House investigation into Biden's family, Representative Marjorie Greene admitted that they couldn't even find the whistleblowers that they were planning to question. Just gone. What happened? You lost them? What happened to the whistleblower? Gone. Sure, looks like a real fine-tuned investigation going on here. Yes, well-oiled machine. Oh, it's clown shoes. But we're not even at the best part. And this just has to do with Project Veritas, who is also they're currently a mess. The organization, which was once headed up by James O'Keefe, is now suing James O'Keefe. Because of course they are. Now, look, I've already talked about the allegations from O'Keefe staffers against him: drugs, drinking, porn, abuse towards their employees. But mainly, what they're concerned about, the organization is you misused our funds. He was apparently allegedly wasting donor money. The suit mentions that he allegedly used a company credit card for a $10,000 helicopter flight and $150,000 for private cars in Manhattan. The suit also alleges that he targeted female employees with mean-spirited comments. I've already read you those allegations. They weren't just mean-spirited. They were incredibly abusive. So, that organization apparently had FBI secrets involving an active criminal investigation. Clown shoes. Total clown show. And actually pretty dangerous when it comes to national security. But it's just what you would expect from Jim Jordan's circus. Like the clown.